Hi, hello. Let's talk about beauty standards. I want to start this off by saying there is no beauty ideal and there is no beauty standard. Before you come for me, what I mean by this is not that I'm ignorant to the fact that ideals are being pushed on us. I'm not ignorant to the fact that there are standards that are being sold to us. What I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be your truth because it simply isn't the truth. It is something that is being sold to you and you don't have to buy it. If you're someone that suffers under beauty standards, if you're someone that looks at yourself and you just constantly see flaws and things that you need to fix about yourself and you just never feel good enough, ask yourself and be honest and take a minute if you need to. Like, really sit down with yourself and ask yourself, do you really not like those things about yourself? Do you really fully not like the way you look? Or do you not like the standard? Because those things are very different. And I feel like in reality, we just melt those two things together. That standard exists, we just take it as gospel and we just apply it to ourselves, and then we get into this battle with ourselves that we don't need to be in. What are we really trying to do here? What is it that we're trying to do by constantly trying to fix ourselves and adhering to this one ideal that we have in our mind? Ask yourself. It's not as simple as beauty. This goes so deep. Beauty standards and ideal, that's why it's called an ideal and a standard. It's pushing us towards conformity. It's pushing us towards looking the same. It's literally erasing otherness. For the sake of what though? What does it promise? What does conformity promise in general? Conformity is supposed to give us this sense of universal belonging, this sense of universal acceptance. Like, if I reach this state, everyone will like me. I will have an undeniable beauty that is visible to everyone, and I will be not denied by anyone. That's not how the world works. You know that, right? Like, you know that no matter how much you adhere to whatever ideal you have in mind, it will never lead to universal acceptance. And let's imagine, even if you reach that ideal somehow, let's say you have the perfect symmetrical face, like you have whatever like hair color, eye color, body type that you want, right? Even if you reach that, we're already pitted against the enemy of time, because now it becomes a problem of ageism. It's like we're convinced that like maybe past our mid-20s, our life is essentially over. Like, we hit a wall after like what, 20, 25 or something like that. So it's a literal fight that you can never ever win. Even if you can have the illusion of momentarily winning it, you will always fall short because the baseline moves and it moves away from you constantly. Not only that, but the ideal constantly changes. The ideal is never the same. We're literally looking at our bodies, at our faces, the same way we're looking at clothing items. Like, the same way jeans went from high rise to low rise, that's the same way we look at our bodies. So like, imagine yourself like 1 year, you're trying to adhere by this specific standard of that year, and you go to extreme measures to achieve that, only to then find yourself in the next, I don't know, like 3 years after that, and it's the opposite of that. That's what I mean. The baseline always changes. Literally, no one knows what the ideal is, and the ideal ultimately, and that's also why it always changes, is to sell you something. It's to put your money into self-optimization. It's to put your money into, whether it's like surgeries, whether it's, I don't know, whatever the hell, like it's always about selling you something, quite literally. I said that in the beginning metaphorically, but it's literally what happens physically. That's why it always has to move as well, because it's supposed to be unattainable. It's supposed to keep you on this constant chase of something that you can never fully grasp. Now, that being said, do I think that there's no merit in beauty, that there's nothing there, that beauty is empty? No, I don't. Like, I look at a sunset and I'm in awe at how beautiful it is. I look at at the stars at night and I literally can't look away. Like, I look at a scar of my person that I love and I think it's the most beautiful thing about them. But that's the thing. Beauty is arbitrary. You have your own preferences already in you. You know what you find beautiful or not. Nothing about that makes that one single standard that now everyone has to adhere by. You either follow it, you either have an eye for it, or you don't. If I think it's pretty to wear, I don't know, gold earrings, I will do that. If I think right now I want to have long hair, I will let my hair grow out. But then if one day I don't, like, I might cut it off. But none of that determines my self-worth, because that's what it's attacking, and that's why it feels so urgent, because it's not just about hair or earrings or makeup or like having a little more body fat or a little less body fat. It's about your self-worth. It's tying what you perceive as the lack of beauty directly to your right to exist, to your right to feel loved, to your right to just be you. And that's the difference. Like, I can find things beautiful. I can want to modify things about myself because I'm having fun with it. It's like art. It's like redecorating my apartment, right? But none of it will make me hate myself if I don't do it. And why don't I hate myself for not being like a perfect, ideal version of beauty? Is because I have so much trust in myself and in my vision and how I view the world that I am so okay with things changing about me, things changing about my surroundings, because my experience on earth and my success in like moving myself forward through all sorts of hardships, through all sorts of situations, to making a life for myself has given me so much self-trust that I couldn't care less about not being perfect. I have built confidence in myself by trusting my body, by looking at myself in the mirror, and when I see that I look tired, I look exhausted, my hair is getting brittle, like my body is all of a sudden getting puffy, I look at myself with love and care. I think, is something going on? Have you not been getting enough sleep? Have you not been eating right recently? Are you sick? Is there something going on in your body that's not right? I care for myself in a way that I would care for my imaginary child. My body has gotten me through so much. My body has protected me from things that I didn't even know I needed protection from. When I was having like panic attacks at one point in my life, I was so annoyed with my body. Like, I didn't understand why I was going through them. Like, I was literally at war with myself because I felt like these reactions are unnecessary. Like, these panic attacks are obviously extremely frustrating to have and very terrible to deal with. But even then, I gained love for myself and my body because my body was trying its best to protect myself. It wasn't the most efficient thing to do. It was a little overreaction, but my body was trying its best to keep me alive and protect me. How could I now look at myself, look at a standard that's being sold to me from outside of myself, and put my body that was given to me to experience life in a way that resonates with me, and pit that against something that constantly changes, against something that is never rewarding because it's a never-ending chase, against something that promises me universal acceptance that I will never get. And this is not a message of doom, like, oh, there is no universal acceptance. That's freedom. You're not supposed to be universally accepted. You're you. You're supposed to find your tribe. You're supposed to find the life that resonates with you, the people that resonate with you, the beauty that is in you that you see, but that is kind of being attacked from the outside. Your life is supposed to center that and match what you consume, what you encounter, what you surround yourself with that, not the other way around. You don't fill whatever you perceive as emptiness or a lack of something within you with something that is just being thrown at you. That's what beauty standards are. They're nothing. They don't mean anything. Beauty standards and ideals are literally designed to attack you where you're vulnerable, where you feel a lack of something, and it promises you to take control of that. It promises you to be able to fix that. Maybe you come from a place where you had to be a very specific type of way to be loved. You know, maybe that was the only way you would be given attention, but you don't live there anymore. You don't have to live there anymore. Sit with yourself for a second. Think about everything your body has done for you in your whole life. Look at how you look at other people that you love and what you love about them. And if you look at them and judge them superficially the same way you do for yourself, if you don't do that, that's dissonance. You're creating an imbalance, and that's the war that you're fighting with yourself because you're not coherent in how you live your life. If what you're doing to yourself doesn't apply to your environment, there's something wrong there. If there are things you want to try out and things you personally find pretty and you just want to try them out, why not? Actually, I think that's a good way to kind of also loosen the grip of this one ideal. Just play around with your looks. It's not that serious. Like, if one day you want to cut your hair, cut your hair. If one day you want to dye your hair, dye your hair. If you want to change up your outfit one day, do it. If you want to change it again, like, that's how you also learn kind of that it's all very arbitrary. There's nothing wrong with exercising what you find is beautiful or pretty. The problem arises when you become a slave to it, when you lose yourself in that, when that's the source for your self-worth. That's the problem. How you approach your body, your face, should always be with a sense of care. It shouldn't be with a sense of judgment. You control the actions. You control how you treat your body. You don't let standards control you. Okay, you're in charge, you're responsible. Look within yourself, see what really resonates with you, how you really want to approach your body, how you really want to take care of yourself, what you really find beautiful. And take the time to learn about yourself. If you find yourself obsessing over the way you look, take a step back. Ask yourself, what are you really trying to get at? What are you trying to compensate? What are you trying to take control of? What's the ultimate goal? And imagine yourself reaching that goal. What happens if the goalpost moves? What happens then? Is that really how you get what you want? Is that really how you find what you're lacking? You're more than that. You're so much more than that. And I also want you to know that if you're struggling with this, it's okay to struggle with it. Like, it's normal. If it runs really, really deep and you're hurting your body, please don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, these things can become very, very serious, and you do not need to ever hurt yourself over something as shaky, as fragile, as ever-changing as beauty standards. If you're struggling with it, as I said in the beginning, ask yourself, are you really struggling with yourself? Or are you struggling with the fact that those standards exist? Because if you're struggling with the fact that those standards exist, you're already on the right path. That's your love within yourself, for yourself, telling you, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. You're just kind of taking it maybe in the wrong direction and directing it back towards you. But you don't need to do that. I promise you, you're enough. You're enough. You're enough. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Be wary of what you consume. Be wary of how you talk to yourself about these things and how you talk to others about these things, okay? I love you. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.